Good morning, welcome to Something Saturday. Oh, where's the little thing out? Oh, I think it's over there. There it is. Is that where I'm supposed to look? Hopefully it's where I'm supposed to look anyway. So today I thought that we would go through the butterflies and flowers layering decorative masks. Because I've been using them a heap recently and I absolutely love them. So I thought I might as well show you guys them so that you can love them too. There you go, aren't I? Sharing is caring, that sort of thing. So let's flip the screen and have a look at them. Bye. So here they are. They're 6, not dies. Did I say dies? Masks. Okay, so 6 masks. Now you'll find that one side is kind of smooth and the other side is, whilst it's shiny, it's got sort of a bit of a lip on some of these. So when you use them, you want the smooth and matte side downwards. Okay, and I'm just gonna move these out of the way. Popping them over there. Oh, I'm getting stuck to things. Excellent. And so we're going to be using, well, let me show you the card I'm going to show you how to make. So, oh, hopefully this is in the screen. This is the card. I just think it's gorgeous, and I've used some of the gilded leafing on it too, because why not? But I also thought I'd show you some of the other cards that I've also been playing around making. So these ones are ones that I'm actually doing in my January mega class at the end of the month. So we've got the butterflies. Excuse the fact this one's in a packet, but yeah, you can mix and match your butterflies. There is this one just as a nice plain background, ever so pretty, or you could have it that way up. And then there's this one which has all these in the background, and actually I've already shown this one as a video, so if you missed this video, go back a couple of videos and you'll find it. It's the clear envelope shaker card, I think that's what it's called. So there you go. Not exactly a sneak peek of that one. And this one here. So you can see that I've mixed again the different dyes, masks. Oh, goodness me, Heather, get the word right. All right, so I'm gonna chuck those out of the way for a minute, and I'm gonna bring in my scrap paper. Excuse the fact the scrap paper is, you know, it does have stuff on the other side of it, but you know, hey, we can live with that. And we're gonna grab a white card out. So one white card. Alrighty. So to make this card, I have gone ahead and used the this one, and it doesn't have to, you know, you just don't have to use exactly the same one all the time. So potentially I could do it, and I could put like fronds going through it. Although the fronds are slightly difficult to use in that if you swipe with them, they move really easily. So just bear that in mind. And I might, you know what, I might ring the changes and do this one instead. All right, let's go with, I can't remember which one I did first, to be honest. We're going to start with this one here, just to be awkward. All right. So I figured I might, this one I did using the Regals colours. So this time I thought I might actually go ahead and use brights just to change things up, because I'm like that. You will find that it is a lot easier to match it up if you do this image first and this image second, which is why I've got a 1 and a 2 on my thing. Because I tried it the other way round and it's quite difficult to match it up when you've done that one first and do this one second. So just a little hint and tip there, as they say. I want to use, I think I fancy using those colours. So I could either use my daubers, although I actually haven't used my brushes for a while, so I might go ahead and use my brushes just for something different. Alrighty, we are going to go with this one first. So let me just make sure the brush is relatively clean. Let's just So when you do this, just make sure that you're not going over the edge. So potentially if you're a bit worried that it might, stick something down over that so it's not going to. Hopefully that makes sense. So I want a fairly decent saturation of colour in this actually, so I'm going to keep adding a bit more colour to it. There we go. I'm happy with that now. So it is quite a deep colour there. And to clean off your stencil, I've just got my stamping chamois and just give it a quick wipe down and just wipe the background as well. So, oh, might just get rid of the excess colour off that bit of washi tape too. So then the next colour, let me just rub off some of the excess of that colour, because I'm going to use another blue and I have allocated blues. So I'm going to use Pacific Point over the top of this one and hope that it works. So now you'll find, so let's make sure I've got this the right way up again. Yep. Now you'll find that if you look at this top image and the bottom image, those are the ones that will line up really nicely, and the other one just looks slightly weird. There's nothing more to be said about it. It just looks a bit weird. So I'm going to pop that down onto there, and yep, it's lined up all right. So now I am going to go ahead and add colour over top. It does colour over top of the colour that you've already done, which is why you need quite a bold colour underneath. Let's see how it turned out. Whoa. I think that's really cool. I happen to quite like those colours. Let's give that a quick clean down. There it is. Alrighty. So we've done that one now. Oh, no. Ah. Okay. We'll also wipe me down with the thing. Oh, gee, I'm looking very blue today. Okay. That was lucky, wasn't it? Well caught, Heather. All right, so let's add some other colours into this. I think we'll rub the blue off there, and we will go on to, what have I got here? Reds. Let's go some reds. So I've got Poppy Parade. Oh, let's see whether I've got a pink brush. What does that one say? You know what would be so much easier if I just brought all the brushes over and looked for it. Purples, pinks. Hallelujah, I do have a pink brush. All right, so let's go with these two colours. And we are going to go with our butterfly. So let's pop butterfly down onto there, and then we want to colour the butterfly in. I've just said that I'm going to try out this one here, but I do happen to know that this part here is really close, so I'm going to cover that up just so that I don't end up with like extra flower here when I've got my butterfly here, because that would be a bit of a pest, to be perfectly honest. And then I also think I should cover over this part here as well, because that's also fairly close to it. So let's pop that there. And then you want to just cover it over. Let's make sure I've got this the right way around. Yes. So you want to cover it completely over with the other stencil as well. And then let's go with the dark colour first. So we're going to go with our Poppy Parade. And you have to make sure that you hold it really steady. because if it slips, it's going to be a bit of a pest, really. So I'm just going to aim to get as much colour into this as I can, because if it's nice and dark in the colour, then the next one will show up beautifully as well. Let's just make sure that the antennae are in there as well. Okay. So there's that. Now leave that one in place and we can move on to a pink. So I've got Flirty Flamingo because that's also in my bright selection. So let's Flirty Flamingo this and hold it in place. So rather than inking the entire thing, what I'm now going to do is just brush on some colour around the edge of this. So again, be really careful that you're not going over. But the idea is that I actually want sort of white sections in the wings. And then, ta-da! It's beautiful, isn't it? I can hear you all saying, "Oh, yes, Heather, that's gorgeous." Thank you. And if you're not saying that, then that's fine, I forgive you. Let's take off the colour from this one. If you haven't got a stamping chamois, totally recommend it. I think they're $17. They come double size. I put mine inside one of these, which I also purchased from Stamping Up. Like, I think you get 4 of them for $10, and they're really handy for all sorts of different things. In fact, a really good point. These stencils would store really nicely in one. Hadn't thought of that. There you go. Oh, I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. Oh gosh, I am looking blue. I have really blue hands. Whoops. Okay, so then the other thing I wanted to do was add this flower. So let's find, this is part of this flower. And let's just pop that onto that side. Just gonna kind of do that just so that I don't end up accidentally inking extra. And let's find the rest of that flower. It's not there, it's not there, it's here. Here we go, found it. What colours are we going to do this one? Maybe some yellows. Let's see, I've got a couple of different yellows in my bright colours. So let's pop these guys back onto the stand again. I have this really handy stand that I got years ago with Stamping Up, and it just holds all my ink colours in like a twisty thing. It's not quite so perfect for these ones, but I'm a bit stingy and I don't want to spend out to get the new stands. But the new stands are really gorgeous, and every time I look at them I think, oh, that would look so nice. But then my stingy side pops in and says, you've already got something for your ink pads, you don't need extra. So then I go, you're right. Okay, so now that we've discussed that, right, so this one, we need yellows, and let's go ahead and pop it into the corner there. We're going to go with the lighter yellow first of all, which is Daffodil Delight, and I'm just going to go around sort of the edge really with this, leaving a sort of gap in the middle there. There we go. And quick clean. If you clean as you go, then you're not going to accidentally put this down on something and smudge other colour straight onto it as well, which would be kind of horrible to suddenly do that and go, no, I've just ruined my whole card. So you can either, with this, you can either line it up so it is exactly right, like that, and then it looks really cool, or you can off-center it like that, and it also looks really cool. So we're going to off-center. And, oh no, Heather. Oh, let me just find a bit of something to put underneath that. Obviously I didn't need to worry about the actual butterfly itself. That was silly. Oh, I wonder how well this is going to turn out. Oh, look at that. That's pretty. Oh, I'm quite happy with that. Let's give that a quick wipe down. Oh, unfortunately I now have a yellow bit because I didn't take my own advice and mask. So we will cover that up. How are we going to cover it up, Heather? Well, I'm glad you asked. Probably exactly the same way as I covered it up on the card that I did before, because obviously I did exactly the same thing there. Oh dear. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find something like this. In fact, this one here, because this one is slightly larger and covers slightly more, and we're going to find the green brush, which is this one here, and I'm going to do the same thing again, aren't I, if I don't do that. There we go, that covered it up all right. Marvellous. Let's go with this cute little one down the end here, and then add some of these other ones in. What are we going to add in? Maybe a couple of those. Again, I think I'm going to be needing that, and oh, just grab a little bit of my washi tape and add that sort of there. And oh no, forget that. This one looks good. That one made for it, isn't it? Excellent. So let's pop that onto there, put that against it, and add a bit of colour to that. I do quite like the idea of that one in there. Oh no, let's leave that down. There it is. I think it needs something over on this side, and obviously I decided to use this one on this side, and I still quite like that idea actually, so I think I should carry on doing that. There we go. Beautiful. That worked well. And let's give that a quick clean off again. Quite remember which ones I've used now, so I'll just clean the whole lot. All right, let's pop that over there. Oh, I'm getting green as well as blue. Excellent. So then I've created the background. So I thought rather than using the same background again, we might go with maybe this background just to ring the changes. I like ringing changes. Oh, what colour are we going to use in the background? What colour haven't I used yet? Oh, gorgeous grape. No, that would be way too dark. I need something that's light. Might have to be a yellow again. In fact, you know what? I'm going to have to move over to my... Oh, yes, that would look really good. I'm going to move over to my Soft Sea Foam. Oh, look, it's got it written down the side, and I didn't even see that. Okay, so soft sea foam is actually a really light green. So because it's a light green, I'm just gonna run this off as much as I can just to get rid of most of that green. And yeah, sorry, I had to venture into my subtles just to get the outside done. Oops. So all I'm doing here is just aiming to sort of colour in a little bit the areas that didn't get much colour. Well, didn't get any colour actually. And there's a little bit around here as well, so I'm just going to add a tad around there. And there we go. Just a really subtle background to it. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to move my hand out of the way so you can see it. And put that back into its little thingo. Give this a quick clean. Oh, almost putting that into its container instead. Okay. So the last thing I have done is I have added my Gilded Leafing. So here we go. I know I have used Gilded Leafing before with you guys. So I'm hoping that somebody remembers it at least. It'd be good if someone can remember. So Gilded Leafing, we're going to this. All right, so we've got the because I'm using this glue and I really don't want it to splodge everywhere all over my card, I'm hoping to be able to get it going a little bit so that I can get some little dots like this going. And at this point I think I need my glasses, so let's go. And now it's not working. Oh, there we go. So I'm just gonna give myself some little dots all over. See, all I'm doing is just literally squeezing this really carefully just to give myself little bits. Come on, we can do this. Oh. And just, you know, chat amongst yourselves for a minute. So I've applied all the glue that I want, and now what I'm going to do, I've left it a little bit to dry because I didn't want it to be really gluey and just splodge everywhere as soon as I put the Gilded Leafing onto it. Gee whiz, how many times do I have to turn this around before I find the opening? Here is my Gilded Leafing, which is kind of looking slightly depleted, but trust me, this will still go a long way. So let's just add that. In case you did miss previous videos using the Gilded Leafing, there is a reason that it's in a big plastic tub like this, because when it comes in a little plastic tub about this sort of size, and as soon as you open it, it all goes pop and goes everywhere. So you kind of want something really big that you can then just sort of hold your work over and brush it back into it, because you don't actually use all that much of it once you get going with it. Ooh, pretty. There we go. I actually find it a lot easier using just a sponge, so like quite a stiff sponge, just to brush off all the excess. And be very careful even as you put the lid back on, because if you like woof the lid over and shove it back on, it all goes poof and half of it's outside the container before you know it. Which is always interesting when you go inside covered in gold. So there we go, and I wanted to add a saying. So in the last one, oopsie daisy, that was good, that's got a bit of glue on it. I might just get rid of that paper now. So in the last one I actually used sending a card instead of a text, which comes from this absolutely gorgeous set called Flowing Flowers. See, sending a card instead of a text. I also love time for a happy dance, happy birthday, I like you, thank you, and just a note. I want to go with thank you because hopefully my parents don't see this, because I was planning on sending it to them as a thank you for my Christmas presents. So let's find a clear block, add the thank you, and let's go back to my brights colours. And I think it would be good with Pacific Point. Oh, got something extra on my ink pad. Interesting. Where or what that is. Let me just see how well, I haven't actually used this thank you, so I want to see how well it actually turns out. How straight it is, because so far I've managed to set up a few of my stamps and they really haven't been at all straight. So let's go. Oh, that's not bad. I'm impressed. Okay, so potentially I might be able to actually do this one straight. Thank you. Yeah, I'm happy with that now. And I actually really like that background. Doing it the other way around so that the butterfly has this one and the background is the back of the butterfly. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you kind of get the general gist. Let's give thank you a bit of a clean off. There it is, nice and clean again. It can go back in its wrapper. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if there's anything that you've seen in it that you fancy purchasing, don't forget you can hop on over to my shop, which is www.heathermccarthy.stampinup.net. So it should be somewhere on the screen anyway. And feel free to share it, so share the love, and I look forward to seeing you next Saturday. So, oh, don't forget to comment. That would be really cool. I like comments. Thanks. Okay, bye.